Hi there, and welcome back to the KISST series. This is Dr. Nadine Ogaro, and today we're talking about your productive classroom learning environment. So far in this series, we have talked about a 5-part reusable instructional model. We've also talked about how important it is that you do the work before you give it to your students so that there are no surprises. We've also talked about how important it is that we are always putting in front of our students grade levels, standards aligned content. So today, in the same series, I want to talk about what it takes to create a productive learning environment. Our historically marginalized students are often not being given the structure that is required to ensure that they can be engaged and fully focused on learning new material. And so what I've done in my instructional journey is to ensure that students are very clear about what is expected in the classroom. And so I literally, on the first or second day of school, hand out a packet. In years past, it was about 3 or 4 pages. I have gotten this document down to 2 pages, but I've handed out a document that is titled Routines, Procedures, and Expectations. At the very top, routines is defined as what you do the same way every single day. My procedures is defined as the how I want you to do things when you enter this space. And then expectations are my non-negotiables. And so we actually go through this document. I'll call on students to volunteer to read because it's only the first or second day of school. And once we go through the document, I let students know that they are now expected to follow my expectations, routines, and procedures without question. I also ask students to try to hold on to that document through the end of the school year so that if we ever need to refer back to, something that has gone awry, I can have them pull out that document to remind themselves of what we should be doing and how we should be doing it. Some examples of the routines that I have include that 5-part reusable. Some routines that I have include that 5-part reusable instructional model, right? So students know that when they walk into my classroom, they're walking in silently or quietly, but they're getting right to work on that do now. And that it's silent and independent, 5 or 7 minutes, and that I am not there talking to students, talking to them about anything, that I'm doing my administrative tasks or checking in with somebody who doesn't seem to be quite ready for class. But it's not a time when I'm doing any instruction. So students know to expect that it's one of our routines. Come in silently, get your do now, or maybe there's something projected onto the board, and get right to work. Some of my procedures would be how I hand out papers. So I used to be that teacher who wanted to, go around and put a piece of paper or a handout or whatever it is on everyone's desk. I no longer do that, right? I will go up and down an aisle, and I will hand it to the first person in that aisle or in that row. And then if I ever ask students to hand out papers, I expect them to do it the same way, that they're not going to talk to all their friends or meet everybody, in the classroom. They are going to go up in a row or up a column and hand it to that first person. You take a paper and you pass the pile. My procedure for passing papers is similar for collecting homework. You pass your homework to the left or to the right, whatever it is, or forward, and then that last person puts everything in a nice, neat pile, and it gets to me in a nice, neat pile. Some of my expectations. I have very clear expectations, and I make sure that students understand that the point of my expectations is that we have a productive learning environment. And so some of my expectations include only one person talking at a time, right? If you hear my voice, then you need to stop doing whatever it is you're doing and give me your full attention. But similarly, if a classmate is talking, you need to stop what you're doing and give that person your full and undivided attention. Because what we have to say, whether it's me or a classmate, is important. And this is a non-negotiable. Some of my other expectations include if you're struggling with something, you are expected to use your notes. You are expected to phone a friend. I use that, right? Phone a friend, talk to a peer, and try to figure it out. I don't want anyone sitting back and not doing the work because they don't know what to do. Ask a question, ask for support, look in your notes, but don't just sit there not doing anything. One of my mantras in class is, I don't want any spectators. I want all players on the field. No spectators in the stand. All players on the field. I need everyone to be actively engaged in learning, because I'm not the holder of knowledge. I need everyone to be involved so that if somebody has a question in class that I can't quite answer, or maybe I'm not explaining clearly, a classmate can explain in a way that other people can understand. And so those are some of my routines, procedures, and expectations. If you would like to see this document that I'm talking about, please leave a comment in the comment section and let me know. Also, if you found this video to be helpful, please do like it and share it with a hardworking teacher friend of yours. Again, this is a series, the KISST series, Keeping It Simple Super Teachers, because we are already working hard. But maybe we could work less hard and get more from our students. So we are all about doing less and getting more from our students, especially our historically marginalized, underserved, and undereducated students, because the more they do is the more that they are learning, and this is what we want. Again, like, share, and subscribe. I'm Dr. O, and I'll see you later. Bye.